All right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into the PowerPoint slide that presentation that I have for you. Again, the meeting is being recorded, plus I will send this PowerPoint out in the email once it's over, hopefully tonight, maybe tomorrow. All right, so as far as daily expectations go, I really try to preemptively provide information so that we don't have a lot of questions and unknowns. This week I did not do it because students don't have their agendas. And I like to put things in their agendas so that they have a safe place. They know where their calendars are and things of that nature. So a couple of things that you can expect from me is that I do use the agendas. Mostly, again, it's to make sure students have a safe place to keep track of their calendars and their task lists. I can also use them if you would like, a little bit more communication. I'm an agenda girl. I have my own agenda. I carry it with me every day. If I don't have it, I'm lost. So I do use the school agendas quite frequently. They will be passed out to students on Monday from their homeroom teachers. And then what I do when I get them is I staple a pocket protector so they can slide all of their papers in there. I do send out calendars every month. I try to give you guys a picture of what we're going to be doing. However, I work at the student's pace. So if I say it's going to take one day and we've done it for a day and they don't have it, I will push everything to make sure that I can review with the students. So I send emails out every Sunday, which is actually on the next slide. But as the calendar, oh, there she goes. One moment. Ay, ay, ay. Sorry about that. So as the calendars change, I do update them and then reattach to the emails on Sunday. The students do get a hard copy. And then I usually recommend that parents print one out, put it on the fridge, just so everyone's on the same page. The other thing that I provide to my students is a task list. And that task list is weekly and it has all of the assignments that are expected to be done for that week. I do have examples, so I'm actually going to stop sharing and switch over so you can see what it is that I'm talking about. All right, I got this. Now I'm going to reshare. Just like my whole computer. I'm going to try this. Can you guys see the August calendar? If I could get just like a thumbs up emoji or somebody wants to unmute and tell me yes.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. So
Yes.
thank you. So this is the 7th grade calendar. As you can see, it lists what we're doing, what topic and lesson it is in the textbook. And then it also has important dates. We have NWEA next week. I list their quiz dates on there, how many points the quiz is going to be. Exit tickets usually are about 5, quizzes are 10, and then the end of chapters are usually 20. So it basically just has everything on there that is going to be due or, what is coming. Let's say a student is absent on the 20th. They know, okay, we're doing adding and subtracting integer review. Let me go look at my task list and see what assignments there are for that topic. I'm going to try to switch. Let's see if it works and you can still see it. Can you see the 7G task list?
It's still on the same calendar.
Dang it. All right, we'll do it the hard way. Thank you. I'm trying, man. I know there's a way I can just show my screen, but it's fine. Oh my goodness, she hates me. All right, now can you see the task list?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yay!
yes.
Okay, so this is this is printed and given to the students. This is one of the things that I expect them to keep in their agendas. And it lists everything, like I said, that they have to do for each lesson. These are also all of the assignments that you as parents will see represented in PowerSchool. So today in my 7th grade class, that's 7G, we did a fractions to decimal handout. So I tell the kids what the assignment is, where it's located, and how many points they can earn from it. Tomorrow, my 7th graders are going to be able to do the Math Excel and the lesson quiz. Those are located in Savvis. There are the point values there. I do leave 3 boxes. The expectation for my students is that they complete 3 Imagine Math lessons per week. So they have boxes here where they can check off. And then Khan Academy, I just write it on there so they know that it's there, but Khan Academy is usually over a period of weeks. And you'll see those due dates on the calendar. Here's the sample one for my geometry class. Today we did segments and angles. We have interactive journals and handouts. Tomorrow we're doing missing pieces and then how to find the missing, as well as some work in the workbook. And then again, Imagine Math Khan Academy. So this is what they have in their agendas. They should have plenty of time to finish everything that they need to finish in class. I reward them if they do. I give them points in our positive behavior system called Kickboard that they can then use in the Kickboard store. So the question is, well, that's great, but when is everything due? Everything on the task list is due Saturday at 11:59. I understand I'm crazy busy. I understand the kids are busy. I have gymnasts, I have dancers, I have athletes. So let's say Wednesday, they're just having a rough day, and then that night they have a game or they have practice, or maybe they just don't feel good. No problem. As long as the assignments are turned in by Saturday at 11:59, I'm happy. That also means that when it comes to grading, I pull all of my reports Sunday, so grades are updated on Sundays. And that's on the next slide. So I'm going to stop and go back to the PowerPoint. I feel like I'm juggling. All right, here we go. Let's see. All right, so how do my grades and my assignments work? Again, everything is due Saturday at 11:59. The only exception, obviously, are tests and quizzes. They do those in class. I pull all of the reports Sunday. I do my very best to get all grades in on Sunday. Every once in a while, I need a little extra time, and it does go into Monday. So what I ask parents to do is to check usually Monday, check the grades. I work late into the night. I put on reality TV shows. Don't judge me. It's mindless and I need to focus on work. And I just sit there and I enter grades. If there is an issue, I usually will send it out in that email that I send every Sunday, just with kind of like the rundown for the week. Hey, by the way, grades will be done by Wednesday. So I try to always overly communicate with you so you know what to expect. The other thing that I like to talk about in these meetings is the retake policy for the school versus what I do. It is a little bit different because I have an issue understanding how if let's say there's 10 questions on a test and they got 6 of them right. They don't need to do those 6 again. I want them to look and focus at the 4 that they didn't get correct and try to figure out, wait a minute, why didn't I get this correct? Maybe it was a simple mistake. Maybe there was a negative sign that got mixed up in there. So I like to allow them that opportunity to review the same test, review their work, try to find their mistake, redo it, and then they can earn their points from there. So every student is available to take error analysis on any assessment that they score less than a 70 on. The catch is that they have to have done the classwork to earn the error analysis. And I explain this to them. If you don't do the classwork and you fail the test, well, I know why you failed. You didn't do your work. So if they don't pass a test and they didn't do the classwork, they're still eligible for error analysis, but they have to go back and do all of the assignments that correlate with that assessment first. Then they are able to look at their quiz again, and they are able to earn some extra points by reworking out some of their problems. So it is kind of a process. Those take me longer to grade because it's not just like oh, the answer's 4, just kidding, it's 6. It's why did you get it wrong? What are you doing differently? What is your new answer? And they have to show me work for everything. The one thing that they will hear me say over and over and over again is no work, no credit. There are very few concepts that they can just do in their head. I've been doing this for many years, and I still work math problems out on paper because I make mistakes when I try to do it in my head. So, the error analysis takes me a little bit longer to grade, like I said, just because I want to make sure they actually understand the content and can't just listen. We have some great guessers. So I like to, they got to work for it. They got to work for it. As far as communication, the best way to get a hold of me, honestly, is email. I did pull the emails from PowerSchool, but sometimes they're not updated, sometimes they're not correct. Or sometimes they don't have all the email addresses that you want. So at Meet and Greet, I did have this QR code up. Feel free to scan it now if you would like to. This is just if you want me to add any additional email addresses to my weekly email, scan this, put the email addresses in there, put as many as you want. You can just separate them with a comma, and I will just go ahead and add those to the weekly emails. Those, again, they go out on Sunday, generally in the afternoon-ish area. Afternoon for me is like 11 to 2, so somewhere in between that block. We do have personal learning plans that once they have data, they've taken their first NWEA, those will be shared out on the OneDrive. Those are electronic. But just in general, anything that you need, any questions that you have, I try to be as responsive as possible. I'm not going to lie, every once in a while, an email will slip through. So please follow up with me. If I surpass that 48 hours, I have absolutely no problem with you saying, hey, I emailed you, still haven't heard anything. I try to keep it all organized, but I do get, it's an insane amount of emails a day. So every once in a while, I will overlook one. Keep me honest. Remind me. I promise I'll get to you. All right, we do use a lot of online resources. I still like the paper and pencil math, but the reality is all of the tests that they have to take to pass my class are electronic. Plus, it's more fun. As you get in the higher maths, it becomes a little bit more challenging to do like the hands-on fun things like the little ones get to do. So I'm able to use these online resources, videos, online manipulatives, games, things of that nature to hopefully keep them interested. And there are a lot of them. I like to kind of mix it up. So most of them are on Clever, but there are a few that are not. And so I do provide, again, once the kiddos get their agendas, a password tracker, just so they're able to write down usernames and passwords for all of the different sites that we use. I do recommend to them to use the same username and password that they use for Clever. Some listen, some don't. I'm not here to judge. But just in case they want to get creative, I do provide them with a place that they can keep track of it all because there are quite a few. As far as masteries, most of those are going to come from Khan Academy, Imagine Math, and Savvis, but on paper. Edpuzzles, Boom Cards, Common Core Sheets, Progress Learning, and Math Games, those are all supplements that I use, again, either in centers or in small group. or as additional practice if they're struggling, just to kind of help them keep practicing and reinforcing the skill. Let me see. I hope my waiting room is just that one person. Okay, good. I didn't want to neglect anybody. All right. Next. Oh, I guess that was it. That was way faster than I thought it was. My Amazon wish list QR code is there. I try to provide kids with everything that they need to be successful in my class. But I can't do it for all students. So I have been handing out composition notebooks to kiddos that don't have them. I do keep pencils stacked away. These are not things, pencils, composition books, paper, I don't want them back. If your kid does not have a pencil, do not ever worry that they won't be able to find one. I told them all, ask me. I've got folders and things of that nature, so I have no problem, supplying things that kids need, because I don't ever want a kid to not have what they need to be successful, not just in my class, across the board. But it's the generosity of the parents and a little bit of my own money that allows me to continue to do that. I try to keep things like deodorant, sanitary napkins, just, I don't want a kid to ever feel left out for a reason that I can easily remedy with a side note, a side conversation, and a quick little exchange. So parents really are why I'm able to do that. I have kids that have been mine that still come to me and be like, Miss Stone, I don't have a pencil today. And I'm like, I gotcha. So everything on there is eligible for volunteer hours. The vacuum is, like, I would say, probably the most selfish thing on my list. But please know that everything that is donated does go back to the kids. Your kids in general. I kind of distribute, as needed. Um, I do ask, and this was on the handout at oh my gosh, meet and greet as well, what they need when they come to me every day. Calculators, please, please, please. Even if it's a 4-function, it does not need to be scientific. That is what they have access to on the FAST. So we want them to practice using it, but a 4-function calculator works just fine. A composition book for their notes, pencils, because, math, corded headphones. The earbuds and the cordless headphones now fall under the electronic device policy. They're not allowed to have them. Oh my gosh, I know that there was more and it's gone from my brain. Notebook, agenda, pencils. Oh, glue, because I give them a lot of glue in notes and foldables, and then scissors. And I think that was everything. But if you need a list, I know that was kind of, I don't know. My brain is fried. I'm not gonna lie. These 5-day first weeks are killer. But if you need a list, if you have any questions, let me know. I do like to keep extras in my room in case somebody forgets them. The headphones, the calculators, I don't give out. Those are loaners. And again, they're on the wish list. So I am going to jump into the chat. If you're not shy and you want to unmute and you have a question, that is fine too. But hopefully it was just a quick little peek into how I run things, how things go. And then, I'm also always here if anything else pops up or I didn't cover it. If you're having issues scanning the barcode, I'll go ahead and put links in the follow-up email so that you can sign in for tonight, as well as add any email addresses that you need to. That's not a problem. Anybody else have any questions? I know I kind of zoomed through it. No.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Hello, hello.
Hi, I'm Adrian Hernandez's father. Just quick question: when it comes to homeworks, is that on a daily on a daily basis or weekly basis?
No.
How does that work?
So I don't give homework. Anything that is not done in class then becomes homework. So let's say they didn't get their Math Excel or their lesson quiz done, that is homework. Now, can they finish it the next day in class if they have time? Yes, absolutely. Because remember, it's not due till Saturday. They should be able to finish all 3 Imagine Math lessons in class. They have time. So really, what I explain to them is you need to make a choice Would you rather have conversations outside of school and do your work in school, or have conversations in school and do your work outside of school? But there really should not be homework unless they earn it. If that's the case, I will email, hey, students do have an assignment. This is what it is, and it's due tomorrow. But that's for a behavior plan type of thing. That's not going to be an everyday thing.
And tests on a week. I mean, I already saw the. I know we're gonna get that calendar, but so I'm
Yes.
assuming tests are on a weekly basis.
I don't do that. I do tests based off of the standards. Some standards have one part and it's super easy. Some standards have 3 different lessons in it. So the tests are based off of the standard and as well as the topics. So it's not going to be like every Friday is quiz day. That's another reason I use the calendar, because they are kind of all over the place. But you guys will get the calendar on Sunday. The kids will get the calendar on Sunday, and hopefully that helps you plan as well. But there isn't a set day, no.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Anybody else have any other questions? I saw the Imagine Math in the chat. I'm hoping that they get it done in class. They should be able to get it done in class, but if they don't, then yes, they would have to do that at home.
Hi, Ms. Stone.
Hi.
Happy to have you back.
Yay, I got a returning parent.
Alexander's in your geometry class. So is
Yes.
he going to be using Imagine Math, or are they going to be on some other platform?
So I'm going to try to keep my personal feelings inside and give you the school line. Even though Imagine Math does not have custom geometry lessons, I am going to go ahead and assign them the 8th grade pathway, because technically they're in 8th grade. In order to earn the school rewards, they are still required to pass 25 Imagine Math lessons.
Okay. Understood.
I'm just going to smile.
Okay.
Oh.
But I guess for their exercises then, for geometry, to work that geometry brain,
Yes.
Khan Academy or okay.
Khan Academy. There was a mix-up in the ordering of the books. They did get me the student companion guides, which is awesome, but that's not the textbook. They need the textbook. So we're actually working on getting online access and the textbook. The online access should not be an issue. As soon as we pay, we should have access. The hard copy textbooks that they wouldn't take home anyways, who knows, but I got this. I'll fake it. I'm not worried.
I know you're going to take care of it.
cutouts.
Listen, he made it through, I think, what was it? 4th grade, 5th grade math. I have no worries whatsoever. I'm good.
Oh, your faith in me makes my heart so happy. Oh, that's another thing. I don't require the kids to carry the books back and forth. I'm not that teacher. Some of those books are pretty chunky, so they leave them in class. They stay with me. If they have work in them, they rip the page. Sorry again. I figured out what it was. It's the ding dong bell when people join the meeting. She's going crazy. All right. Anybody else have anything? We got 5 minutes left on the Zoom. I'm going to go ahead and end the recording. But I'll be here until it kicks me out. If you have anything else you want to discuss. Otherwise, you guys are free to go. Thank you guys so much for coming. I hope that helps kind of lay out what the year is going to look like. But again, I'm always here.